It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. I mean, people are getting attacked in broad daylight. Out of Houston, a woman was attacked and robbed, and she was left paralyzed. But are we all women who are damsels in distress, or can we fight our way out of it? We actually brought people who are trained to teach us a thing or two.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and it's all about fight, flight, or freeze. And I'm one to freeze. But these people are gonna help me. My friends here, we've got crew Bob Perez, we've got Jonathan Harris, we've got Janet Wang, we've got Gabriel Macario, and we've got killer Carly Lafferty. All right, so you guys are either trained MMA fighters of some sort. We've got jiu-jitsu, we've got Muay Thai, we've got instructors, and we've got a stunt double. So when you think about the fight or flight, is it easier to fight or flight? Either one.
Oh, I think it's up to your training, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it comes automatic. So what you drilled in the gym or wherever.
Yeah.
It's what you train that comes out automatically.
Because anybody could anybody could be trained to be a fighter, but if you, I don't know, I think if you're like a person that likes to, shy away from confrontation or timid or whatever, you can be trained to be a fighter and to be able to react to certain situations.
That muscle memory kicks in,
Yeah, muscle memory is important there.
100%.
I think it's kind of an innate quality. I guess I can teach anybody how to fight, but I think the moment that you're born, it's either in your DNA or not. So the fight or flight response is definitely, I think, very similar to that.
Yeah. See, I didn't realize that freezing was one of those three. You only hear about fight or flight, but I am very much a freezer. I've realized over time.
That goes in the flight category.
Oh, that goes in the flight. I
Don't
really wish I would
freeze.
fly. So have you guys heard of this case out of Houston of the woman, the mother of three who was attacked? It's an awful video, but I want to show it just so you guys can, discuss what she should have done, if anything. So this guy is mugging her, robbing her, but then he picks her up and body slams her. So that's what you don't see off camera, and so she's left paralyzed.
Oh my
So in this instance, as he's walking up, she moves toward that barrier, and that's what he's able to grab her. Is there
there's
anything that she could have done?
That first initial instinct for her to turn away, proper training, like we were talking earlier with Crew Bob, you train till you never turn your back on it. And in fight training, somebody comes at you, it's let's stay in front of them, let's stay with them. I turn my back, I don't know what you're doing back there.
Even in the running away process.
Yeah, you
don't want to give the back that way.
Oh, so I should be running backwards.
Not necessarily, but at least a little more aware of what's coming behind you.
You gotta have eyes on them until you're at a safe distance where you feel safe to turn around and actually sprint away. But if they're close to you and you turn your back, they don't know what you don't know what their hands are doing, and they can be swinging at your head. So if you're close, you have to look at them. You have to have your eyes on them, and ideally your hands are on them too. Frames, get hands on their hands to know what they're doing, and then when you get into safe distance, then you can run away, or hopefully you go some self-defense to where if they're still close to you, you know what to do.
You want to put yourself in a open, you want to be able to get away. So you don't want to confine yourself with a wall behind you, because if I'm keeping the attacker in front of me and the wall is behind me, there's nowhere for me to go. So you definitely want to kind of circle away and get into an open space, so whenever you can create that distance, you have somewhere to go.
So when you're fighting, Carly, how do you size up your opponent? Is it just looking at hands? Is it really looking at the entire body posture?
I tend to focus on shoulders and hip movements, and watching any little movement they can do from the shoulders or the hips is really going to tell you which punch is coming or what's being thrown or whatever.
What tactic?
What's
What's
coming at you. It's a pretty big sign. It's just body language and just really honing in and watching their body, not their face, not their hands, nothing else other than their feet movement and their body language.
And y'all are all trained. So when you encounter someone that may give you like a weird vibe, are you sizing them up immediately? Even
Always
if you're
on situation awareness.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to be aware, and I think that's
Yes.
where a lot of people are lacking, especially in today's society. We were talking about this earlier. everybody lives on their phone.
Yeah.
And so they're walking through a store, a mall, a parking lot, whatever,
Yes.
and they're just locked into that phone, not aware of their surroundings. So just overall awareness, I think, is lacking. And that's, I think, the number one thing you can do to at least try to prevent a situation from occurring.
And being aware of their body language tells you a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they start acting skittish, they start making weird movements like they're edging towards you or ready to attack. You're aware, you've been watching their body the second they started coming close.
One of, I think, the biggest tips that you can give somebody in regards to self-defense, whether it's a man or woman, outside of awareness, is trusting your instincts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Trust your
If you
gut.
feel that, man, this just doesn't seem right, it's
probably not right,
Yeah. So trusting your instincts is, I think, a very huge thing that's often overlooked, or second guessing yourself. No, if you feel weird, it's probably weird, and you need to try to immediately remove yourself from the situation. Scream, yell, whatever, be vocal, create like
Attention,
eyes on
yeah.
you
Yeah.
to hopefully prevent something very tragic from possibly happening.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm walking down the street, somebody gives me a bad vibe, even if they don't mean anything, I'm like, hey! I'm like,
That's right.
Okay, something's wrong with this lady. I'm not f***ing with her even if I want
New
her.
target.
Coming up next, we've got a guy behind the bar who's making me an angel shot. You may not know what that is, but it could save your life, so stay right there. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar now. We've been talking about different self-defense moves, and that fight or flight or freeze is what I tend to do. But I'm here with Jesse James, who's the bar manager at the Secret Group, and you're here to do what, baby?
I'm gonna
Back that glass up. That's right. And I said you were gonna make an angel shot for me, but that's actually a cry for help when people come up, right?
Right, it's a code word, it's a concept, it's not an actual shot. So when you come up to a bartender and you order an angel shot, that lets us know that you need some kind of help, somebody's bothering you, and you need us to do something. Depending on the way you order it is gonna depend on what kind of help you need.
Ooh, so we got options here.
You got a few options.
So if I want it neat, what do I get?
If you want it neat, that's gonna get me to walk you to your car or have one of our door people escort you to your vehicle.
That's awesome. On
Definitely.
the rocks?
On the rocks means that we're gonna call you an Uber or we're gonna call you a cab, make sure you get in it and that you get home safely.
That's awesome. Okay, and so with the lime?
With a lime, that's a little more serious. That means that we've got to call the police and get the police involved.
Have you had anybody order an angel shot?
I've had several people order an angel shot before.
What's the
yeah.
way they mainly order it?
They'll kind of make a lot of eye contact with you, which is another dead giveaway somebody needs help. If they're making prolonged eye contact with you and they don't say
Do they do
anything,
like the big eye thing?
it kind of signals us
Jesse.
something's messed up and we need to give you a hand.
Since you can't make it, you still had to come shake something up. So I hear you got a rum punch?
I have a rum punch. I wanted something
yeah.
that's self-defense, but a soft enough punch you can deliver it to your grandma.
I guess my abuela would take a rum punch, not gonna lie. All right, so what's in a rum punch?
So what's in a rum punch is a load of rum and a lot of sweetener. So we're gonna do an ounce of Bacardi light rum, any light rum works, a half ounce of Malibu.
Do you ever feel like it's fueled by what you're making behind the bar?
People are gonna act the way they're gonna act. I think alcohol just lets you be a little bit looser, but if you're an asshole, you're gonna be an asshole no matter
are
what.
facts. We
But
all
if you
agree.
do choose to do that at the bar, there's a few choices I can make to make sure that you don't continue to act like that at our bar.
Are you gonna share those few choices?
Hopefully just talk to you and be like, hey man, you're being really uncool right now. You know, because going out's cool. That's what we're all there to do is have
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah.
So if you point out to someone you're not being very cool right now, hopefully they get it.
How many times have you had to kick somebody out of the bar?
I would say no more than once a weekend, but at least once every other week you have to have somebody leave the bar.
Wow.
But we like to be proactive about it. We don't like to wait until there's an incident. Once you see those signs that somebody's out of control and acting stupid, that's when you want to get them out of there.
Yeah. I know. What is this?
So this last
is
one,
like a science project here.
this last one is actually a virgin punch.
This one here. I was gonna tell you that you were missing something. I remembered that we've got
Yeah.
Killer Carly, who's not 21 yet. And listen, we're all about following the law. Although her mom is here, and I think in the state of Texas, if your parent approves with you. But I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't
Not at the
report that.
secret group.
Not at the secret group.
You can come catch a show though, but you're not gonna have a drink until you're 21.
Even if her mom is there.
Even if her mom is there, her mom can get turned.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's pretty, right? All right. 1 virgin and 2 for us.
I love it. A 1-2 punch. That's 3, right? Proof. Oh man, this is dangerous.
It's delicious, right?
Yeah, it's delicious. It's gonna knock out my abuela for sure. All right, well, coming up next, we're actually gonna learn some tips. There's gonna be some live demos up in here. Live meaning taped, but some demos, and we'll see how we can take some bad people down. Stay right there. You going down too.
Ooh.
Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about fight or flight and self-defense moves you can do with professionals who know exactly how to kick some ass. So I'm gonna learn a thing or two. And actually, Bob, you trained me with Derek Lewis years ago.
That's
and you know, I didn't do so hot back then.
You did great.
Thank
You
you.
did great.
That's very nice of you. But you've got something simple that people at home can learn too.
Absolutely, something very simple. First of all, if you feel that things are getting weird, you want to obviously remove yourself from the situation, or at least express, I'm uncomfortable, you know, and so forth. However, sometimes things can just happen very quickly. So we're just going to go very simple. For example, this is a very common thing that you're going to see. See, that's what's bad. You're pulling back, okay?
And I shouldn't do that.
No. So
That's
what I want
what
you
I
to
wanna
do,
do.
yeah, exactly. So what I'd like you to do first is, and the way you're standing is very good, okay? You have your rear foot back, it's gonna give you a stronger base. So I'd like you to drop your base just a little bit, so almost like a little squat. You're gonna grab your own hand. Now, the thumb is weak, okay? So you're gonna wanna go against the thumb. So you've already established your base. Now I just want you from the elbow, pull your arm up. Go ahead. That's very
I don't
good.
know if y'all even heard that little
That's
snappy
very
snap.
good. So once again, you're going against the thumb. So we have a good base here. Drop a little bit. And go. That's it. You want to make sure that you're facing them, creating space. Post an arm out. Be vocal. Scream. Yell. Whatever you need to do. But remember, if they do grab, you want to go against the thumb that way because the thumb is weak. And that's a pretty easy one for you.
That's super easy. And I feel like they always go for the wrist. So
I
that's
think
a
it's
good
very,
one to know.
very common.
And my wrists are so small.
Yes, very common attack.
All right, Jonathan, what you got for me? What you teaching me today?
All right, so I'm gonna do some Muay Thai techniques.
Okay.
So Muay Thai is all stand-up art. We don't do much grappling, but there is what we call the Muay Thai clinch.
Okay.
And this can be really helpful in self-defense because it's when Muay Thai clinch is when the other fighter grabs you. So basically what we're gonna do is a clinch defense technique so we can get in a position to throw one good strike, drop the attacker or whoever is attacking you, and get you at a safe distance so you can get away and go get some help. When somebody comes to try to grab you, just like we saw in the video, they come and they go to wrap their arms around you and grab you. So what I always teach my students is the second that you see, if you can, you want to get into some sort of fighting positions, bring your hands up. You don't want your hands down. And that'll put us in a position to where we can frame off of the biceps. So if I come to grab you and you can get here, see that you automatically,
I mean, you
even
just
and
told
you're
me
gonna
to do
move
that.
back.
I don't think I would have done
But
that.
okay, well, this is a good thing to do right off the bat, and then you can get it to where you stop me from grabbing by framing off my biceps because my arms are what's trying to grab you. So if you grab my arms, I can't put my hands around you now. And this is actually how we defend the clinch and grappling in Muay Thai. And now from here, I can't grab you, you need to throw one strike to stop me. And in self-defense, the absolute best shot would be a knee right to the groin.
I'm slowly memorizing all this. We'll see if like they attack me, surprise, and I'm able to do it. All right, Janet, you got something? Gable, you got something? Go ahead, Gable.
Sure, yeah. So in the video, like happened that she gave her back. That's already bad, right? But she gave her back. That happened, and he closed his arms against her waist. That's really bad, especially if that person is stronger, heavier than you, to lift you off the floor and slam you. And that's what happened. That's what did the most damage to her.
You're not about to slam me, right?
No, not
Okay.
at all.
Like, listen.
So yeah, if I grab it to the back here,
Yeah.
and I put my hands together. So you want to look at the top hand, so you can get up in front of the top hand. Yeah. So actually, let's have you do the knee. So
Yeah, that's probably better.
so here at the top hand. So this is the problem. We got to get rid of this, right?
Okay.
This might be hard to do. So I'm gonna focus on the top hand and just slide it off. I gotta get the heel of my hand, try to hold it a little straight here, and I'm gonna slide it off here. Once I do slide it off, I want to keep tracking that hand. I don't want to let go. If I let go, you gotta connect your hands
Right.
together. So when I disconnect the hand, I want to keep tracking it, hold it, face you, and I won't face you. If you do come towards me, that's the knee to the groin. If you stay right there, can be a kick to the groin too, and now you can run away once they hit the floor.
Janet, you also got one. Thanks, Gabriel. Appreciate it.
So one of the big things for me especially is I always let somebody know where I'm going, who I'm seeing, and how long I'm going to be.
All right, Killer Carly, you got a demo for me, or should I attack you when you kill me? What's going on?
Well, I have a defense for a longer, not so much somebody coming at you, maybe just straight on. So if you were coming at me, I tend to use this a lot in my fights, is I have my range out to not let you get to me. I like to use my teep, which is pretty much a front kick, also known as a foot jab. So I would just come out and go to the stomach.
She got range, baby. She got range.
Yeah.
And I know you strong. Killer. Killer is a strong name, so I know
land
you
anything.
strong.
Yeah. So I like to use that defense as to keep somebody away from me so I can get away, or it's very good to keep people off of you.
Right.
Or using your jab, even like if you can establish a good jab, to have that range, seeing people coming onto you or whatever, you know, you're here, your distance is away. Yeah. So you can also use your leg, which is the stronger part of my body, at least for women, usually tend to have stronger legs, so you can use that teep. Yep.
What do you call it? A teep?
Yeah, a teep.
A teep.
Teep, also known as a foot
With
jab.
my stiletto?
Yeah, that can
Done
work.
for it, bro. You're done for it.
That can work. That can work for sure.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna wrap this up, and we're gonna, summarize what you need to be aware of, because situational awareness and having, some of these moves down probably help you should you be attacked. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I just learned a few self-defense moves. I don't know why I did this, because that really didn't come into the self-defense, but it's fine. Anyway, I'm here with my friends Bob, Jonathan, Janet, Gabriel, and Carly. And I mean, to summarize this, we should be trained in self-defense somehow, some way, right?
Absolutely. You should definitely train in self-defense as male, female, doesn't matter. I think everybody needs to have self-defense, especially I really feel like parents need to take aggressive steps in getting their kids involved in martial arts, because even if they don't like it, you don't want to have them compete. Take them to a martial arts school, a boxing gym, a Muay Thai gym, a MMA gym, make them learn the basics. So when that day comes and they need it, it's there. And they may hate you all the way through while you take those classes. But then when that day comes, they're going to say, you know what, Mom, Dad, thank you so much for forcing me to go to martial arts class, because it just saved my life. It will.
Carly, is that how you feel? Because I know Mom forced you to go to Texas Muay
Yes,
Thai,
she
right?
did, yeah. Jonathan offers a free trial class, so my mom was like, you know what, let's go try out this, and I was like, no, fighting's not for me. I can't even throw a punch correctly. Like, I'm super nervous. Like, did not want to go. So she finally made me go. So we went, and I fell in love with it. One of my teammates, Yosef, he was teaching us through it, like for the first time or whatever, and I just fell in love with it. I'm really glad that she made me go, because it's helped me for sure. Being more confident out in public, walking through parking lots, being
a woman in the world.
Yes. Having my head on a swivel all the time, not looking at my phone, because I know how things can be. So it has had a big impact on my life for sure.
And not only just for self-defense, but just as an adult. Like, I've been training since I was 16, so 30 years. And, I have a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, but it's just also, it teaches you discipline and self-respect and things like that, just things that you can carry as an adult. Mm-hmm. I mean, my work ethic and my discipline and my perseverance and everything like that all stems from my, martial arts training.
Wow. Yeah, you're gonna carry it with you the rest of your life.
And through everything that you do.
And at Main Street and Texas Muay Thai, do you guys have like classes that you offer? Can anybody come and train there, basically?
Yeah, absolutely. We have fundamental classes in boxing and Muay Thai. And me and Crew Bob also do group training, self-defense classes for women. So if you ever want to, book something like that, we're always there to help, because, yes, we do martial arts for a living, but we love martial arts, and we want to share that to as many people as we can.
And I would highly encourage everybody to look into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
The grappling.
9 out of 10 street altercations are going to wind up on the ground.
Wow.
And it's kind of, fish out of water type thing, especially for a woman, having to be on her back, God forbid, anything bad, they could hopefully be able to fight out of those situations.
Absolutely.
So
Even just knowing how to shrimp.
absolutely,
Like,
for sure,
yeah, just simple things like that.
for sure.
And it's something that doesn't involve strikes, so it's a lot easier for a regular person to.
Yeah.
It's a lot less
practice.
intimidating.
Yeah, to practice. And,
You do get up
and-
close and personal, but
sure,
I mean,
absolutely.
but I mean
It's
that
another
situation,
animal.
you are
Yeah.
up close and personal,
Absolutely.
so you have to be able to think in that position.
Oh, lots to think about, and apparently I need to sign up, okay? I only learned a few things, and I hope you learned a few things too, but there's an angel shot, and you saw a couple moves that I tried to master. But cheers to you, and I hope you know how to fight, flight, don't freeze like me, all right? We'll see you guys next time, and cheers to y'all. Thank you so much for coming, sharing your experience and your expertise with me.